we are live on stereo, and I am here with my favorite PJ. It's Kick the PJ.
Hey! Hello.
I like your little clown nose. Is that Rudolph?
Yeah,
Is that Rudolph, or is it a clown nose?
I think it's clown nose, but because it's Christmas, I'll allow it to be Rudolph for just tonight.
Okay. Maybe Rudolph is a clown.
I mean, you've got a question with the red nose, very clown-like. I think so.
I'm now suspicious. So I said you were my favorite. I said you were my favorite PJ. I think you actually are my favorite PJ.
Even more than PJ and Duncan, the only other PJ I can conjure in my brain right now.
Yeah,
I think everybody listening is way too old to even know who that is.
Or
sorry,
Peter
too
Jackson.
young. Sorry. Ah, yes.
The inventor
Peter
of Lord of
Jackson.
the Rings.
Filmmaker extraordinaire, yes.
Yeah, or peanut butter and jelly.
That's a tough competition. See, and you're saying I'm ranked above all of that then.
You are. PJ, in my heart, you are ranked higher than peanut butter and jelly.
Wow, thank you very much. Well, you're in the top 10 ranking of my favorite fills. So thank you.
Thanks. So, firstly, I wanted to say happy birthday.
Thank you very much. A few days late, but appreciated nonetheless.
Well, happy birthday for the week. Did you get anything good? What was your best gift?
Ooh, best gift has got to be. Unfortunately, this is not something that an audio listener can enjoy. But I have this thing on the wall behind me. This sad ghost light. That was a present from Sophie, which is a neon sad ghost.
I love it. If I was describing it to the audience, it makes your wall look like it's haunted, but galactically.
Galactically haunted. I like that very much. So I got that, which was very cool, very unexpected. There was no way I would ever expect that I was getting a little sad ghost light. I also got some knives, which were
some knives,
very handy. Yeah, well, I mean, when you turn a certain age, kitchen knives become kitchen. I should clarify, kitchen knives, not like murdering equipment. Kitchen knives become very handy when you reach a certain age, and I'm very thrilled with them. Very sharp.
It still sounds sinister. I'm not going to lie. Like the meme. What have you got, PJ? A knife. No. No.
But yeah.
I think being gifted a knife is a nice thing. I mean, maybe it's better than the drill that I got gifted when I turned 18. So I think you're winning with the knife. Age 30, it's like you've got a set of knives now.
Mm-hmm. A drill is no present for an 18-year-old. You know, you want to be going out, hitting the clubs. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to take a drill to a club. No. I mean, you might, but.
So I was thinking back to when I met you for the first time, Peach. It's been so long. I think you're one of my oldest friends. Like, time has no meaning.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago. I definitely remember the place. I wonder if we've got the same memory. We'll say it at the same time. Hold on. Let's say it at the same time.
Okay.
After 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
New Year's Eve
party.
Yay!
Yes! Hey, there you go.
I remember it. I think it was the first time I'd properly met YouTubers, so I was feeling very intimidated by you. I thought you were gonna not that you're not cool, but I thought I had a feeling that you might be like super cool, and I wouldn't be cool enough to be friends with you.
See, that's really funny because I remember when I first found you on YouTube, I was like, damn, who's this cool uni guy? He would never want to be friends with a dork like me. So I like that we both had this perception that the other person was too cool.
Yeah, I know. That's really funny. So I think we met each other, we were like, cool off. Who's cooler? Okay, we're both dorks. It's fine. If we're both dorks, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it turned out to be in the end.
Yeah, and the rest is history. So another thing I'm very excited about is the fact that you are now a cat dad.
I am. I've recently come into the possession of a cat. That sounds like I've stolen it. No, I have a cat now. I have a little kitten called Fuji, who is 6 months yesterday. Yesterday, she turned 6 months old.
Oh, is she currently in the room or no?
Unfortunately not. She is somewhere in the house exploring. I wish she could be here right now for the radio show, but unfortunately she's not. Unfortunately.
Well, for everyone listening on stereo, you could have just lied and made some cat noises against the microphone. You could have just been like.
Mm-hmm. Is it too late? Should we do a redo or
let's do it?
A retake? I mean,
everyone just forget.
Wait a minute. Who's that? Wait a minute. She's right here.
Oh my god. Wow, she sounds like a human doing a cat impression. That's so weird.
A lot of people have said that about her.
Hey, so the thing with stereo, which is cool, is people can send in little voice messages for us, and we've already got one. Let's have a listen.
PJ is the best PJ. I can confirm.
PJ is the best PJ. It's now confirmed by 2 people.
Oh, that's amazing. So even better than pajamas? That's kind of...
Oh, cool. You see, I forgot about pajamas now. I'm going to have to rank you down by 1 because I basically live in pajamas. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have mentioned
it's 2020.
It.
2020, we all live in pajamas, Phil.
It's true. They're the most important commodity. Oh, we've got another one as well.
How Christmassy are you guys feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? Because I'd say at the minute I'm only at about a 3.
Oof. I think 3 is quite low. I've had my first mince pie, which always ups my festiveness. Advent calendar's been helping, and then my beautiful tree, which I've had many loving compliments.
I've only just noticed the tree, Phil. That's very Christmassy.
It is. It screams festive. It's like being smacked in the face by Santa, I would say.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say I'm feeling pretty Christmassy. I'm wearing a Christmas jumper right now, which is one of the many staples of Christmas time.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying the festivities. We've got a tree up in the house. So we're doing all the Christmas things.
That's good.
I think I had a mince pie in November. I don't know if that's cheating.
That's sacrilegious, and Santa will return all your gifts and kick you in the face on the way out.
Do I get to at least keep the knives?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not going to want to come in the house after he knows you got knives for Christmas, PJ.
No, I imagine not. But yeah, I would say pretty Christmassy. I'm a solid 7 out of 10, I would say.
Oof. I mean, you're beating me with the Christmas jumper. I'm here in a NASA t-shirt. But I guess space could be quite festive. They're like twinkling lights in the sky.
Oh, absolutely. Do you think, I mean, they must celebrate Christmas in space, right? As in, I'm talking about people in spaceships and astronauts, not like aliens.
I thought you were talking about aliens who actually celebrate Gleebuk.
Yeah, I feel like aliens would definitely have different holidays, much more exciting holidays than us.
Yeah. What do you think an alien would do on their holiday?
And that's such an abstract question.
Oh no.
I should have expected this. I should have come prepared with top 10 things aliens do on their holidays.
I think they just slime all over themselves.
Slimy alien. Yeah, slimy Christmas holidays. I mean, honestly, that's mostly what I do on Christmas. So am I an alien?
Yeah. One more. Let's have a listen.
Any advice for becoming a new cat parent?
Lego egg. What can you do as a new cat parent?
As a new cat parent, I mean, give them all the attention all day, every day, and they will grow to be content with you. I don't know if Fuji necessarily loves me. I definitely love her, but I feel like a cat maybe takes a little longer than you expect to truly love you.
A cat takes a while to suss you out, don't they? They need to get in there with the sausage and then be like, that sounds like sausage. Sausage.
Sausage. A northern way of saying sausage.
Sausage. Yeah, that's a good. And Lego egg. I think you're Eggy from my quiz, maybe. If you are, hello again. Thanks for coming back to a show
again.
So, speaking of animals, today I thought we could have the topic of unfortunate animal incidents, because you've done so well with your cat. I've done so well with rehabilitating a pigeon. I thought there might be some other stories in our lives where we've been less successful with animals.
I mean, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, PJ, do you have one for us? Oh, sorry.
I mean,
also, if you are listening and want to submit your unfortunate animal incident, send it in on stereo. If they're short and snappy, we'll play them out. Okay, Peach.
So here's the thing. I mean, how morbid do you want me to go here?
We can do morbid on this show. It's fine.
Okay, we can go morbid.
Does it involve your knives?
Not my knives.
Okay.
It's a sad tale. It's an unfortunate tale. So it's not even a funny anecdote. It's quite traumatic. But I guess we'll go for it and see what happens. See if it makes the final cut of the video.
Okay.
So basically, Sophie and I we were driving home from Peterborough to Brighton. We were visiting my parents' house, and we were on the trip back. Weirdly enough, actually, the night before this, I was talking to my auntie, and she was telling me how when she was younger, a pheasant rammed into their car, or it might have been the other way around. Their car went into a pheasant, and it got all trapped in the car. And
oh my
gosh,
gosh,
it sounded horrible. Yeah, not a nice
traumatizing
story. And so, weirdly enough, on the drive home the next day, we're on the motorway, and this is absolutely 100% true. I can send you photos of my car if you don't believe me. Out of nowhere, a bird smashed into our windscreen right in front of our faces and just shattered the entire windscreen.
No. While you're driving?
Yeah. Whilst we were driving at 70 miles per hour on the M25.
I want to laugh because it's kind of funny, but also terrifying at the same time. So I'm equally halfway there. So what happened?
So Sophie was actually the one driving, fortunately, because I was a wreck. I was screaming because I was playing on my Nintendo Switch, and then I look up, it was like a split second, and suddenly this windscreen is just that close to my face, and it's just smashed.
No,
and it was just horrible. And so we pulled over. We tried to get some help. And it was like I said, this is not a nice story. And in my head canon, the bird just flew away unscathed and was totally fine.
Well, if you didn't see the bird, then it probably did. I mean, they're quite resilient. Mm-hmm. As long as it wasn't going to think through the windshield as you were driving. That's crazy. It happened. Yeah. It's crazy it happened after that story, though. Do you think it was the curse of the bird was released by the story?
It might have been a bird curse. It might have been.
But do you know, the movie The Ring? You've just told this story now. We're all going to get smacked in the face by a pheasant next time we're out and about. I'm going to go to the shops, have a walk, and one's just going to fly directly into my face.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I would wear protective, shielded clothing, maybe armor. Do you have armor?
Well, I'll wear my COVID mask and then a separate pheasant mask over my face.
That's probably for the best, I think. What about you? Do you have any animal stories?
Yeah, I was about to say. So speaking of birds, this is so gross, by the way. So if anyone is super grossed out by gross things, go make a cup of tea or something. But I had a job interview at a well-known stationery store. We're going to call it SMWH Swift. And... That was.
Oh, really I love Smuggled Blue Page Smith.
And my dad always said to me, if you're going to a job interview, wear a suit, no matter what the job. Which is a very old-fashioned thing to say. But I was like, you know what, Dad, you've lived a good life. I'm not going to ignore your advice. So I had my nice suit on. I left my university house to go get interviewed for this part-time job. And I was halfway to the bus stop when I heard a rustling in the trees. What do you think was rustling in the trees, PJ?
A bear?
It was a bear.
Pheasant?
No, it was. It was a pheasant bear. Phil. No, it was a pigeon, but not just a pigeon. It was a wood pigeon. Have you ever seen a wood pigeon?
A wood pigeon? No, I have not.
It's do you know Pokemon Evolve? It's the second form of a pigeon, like a like a Pidgeotto. Yeah. Pidgeotto. Why don't I go to Charmeleon? Anyway, Pidgeotto. I looked up to see this wood pigeon, and as I looked up, it pooed directly onto my face. It waited for me to look up, but not only that. My mouth was slightly open, so the pigeon poo hit my top lip, a little bit went in my mouth, and the rest of it dripped onto my suit like some kind of dodgy white stain. It was so gross.
Did you get the job? Is what I'm wondering.
Well, I was luckily only halfway to the bus stop, so I ran back, tried to get into the house, but the housemates had locked the door, and then I had to go round the side of the house, and there's an outdoor tap, and my neighbours, who were like in the kitchen, saw me just rinsing my mouth out in this outdoor tap, and then scrubbing my suit to get rid of the pigeon poo. I can still remember the taste. It was very chalky. That's all I'm going to say. Everyone's just stopped listening. We've gone to 0 listeners now. Sorry,
I mean, I was close to hanging up. I was close myself there to hanging up. Only you that could happen to, Phil. Only
I know. I did get the job though. So you know they say pigeon poo brings good luck. Well, it brought good luck.
All you got to do is eat it.
I'm not sure how healthy that is for you, but maybe if it just goes on your shoulder, I think that counts.
Yeah. That's the good luck charm.
Just hang out. I'm hearing seagulls outside, which is super weird because it's nighttime. And also, I live in London. Have you sent some from Brighton as a vendetta against me, PJ? Is this the start of the bird curse?
Yes, I did actually. I sent them this morning. I'm glad that they've reached you safely.
I knew
they should have a little note attached to them as well.
We've got some submissions. What are your... Oh, I'll change the topic, actually. I'm just going to change the topic.
Okay.
Animal... What's it called? Unfortunate animal incidents. Are we saying this is comedy or news? I think it's comedy.
Ooh. Yes,
we're
definitely.
Going comedy.
I mean, both of our animal stories so far have probably not been news or comedy, but we definitely go with comedy. They're just horrible events.
Yeah, we've just told horrible stories. Okay, here's one.
My roommate's cat once took a little ride in our dryer. We took her out really fast, but she snuck in there. Didn't go in again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you found the cat. That must have been... I mean, it must have been quite, like, slightly just nice and toasty for those first few seconds before it got super hot in there. Like a warm roller coaster.
Oh, God. So we've actually put signs to remind me and Sophie on the on the clothes washer and dryer. We've put little signs on the door saying, check for Fuji, because we're so worried about her climbing into them. So that's a completely believable story. I can completely see that. Fuji is very curious about these dryers.
Yeah, I also saw on Twitter she was fond of the toilet as well.
Oh, no. Yeah, one of the first days we had her, she jumped in the toilet. And everybody was tweeting me saying, oh, you should leave the toilet seat down. And it's like, I do. I don't know how she got in. I always close the toilet seat.
Maybe she opened it.
She's too strong.
Litter trained from the start. We've got another one.
Okay, so I don't know why, but birds typically hate me. Every time I've gone into a pet store, I've almost always gotten bitten. There was this cute bird named Peekaboo, and I thought we were getting along, and then bam. It was unpleasant.
Bam. What was the bam? It just pecked your face off.
It peekabooed you. Oh, damn. I mean, it's another bird curse. It's all right.
The bird curse is spreading as we're speaking.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear this other stereo message. Who have we got?
When I was younger, me and my brother had hermit crabs, and one of the hermit crabs died, and then the other hermit crab ate the one that died, and it was really traumatizing.
No! That's so traumatizing. These have been so dark. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's dark comedy.
It is. Maybe the crab was just like gaining its power, like if it was playing Dark Souls or something. So it was getting to be like a super crab.
I think that's probably what it was, you know. I've heard stories about that.
Do you know, I got quite sad because I was quite excited to have snails in my fish tank. And I've been becoming quite attached to them and being like, yes, they're my friends. They know who I am. But then someone posted on Reddit, I think it was, saying that snails have no brains and they're basically plants and just responding to stimulus. I'm like, my snails have definitely said hello to me with their little antennas.
Yeah. So I mean, even if that was the case, like, what a life, like just sort of existing. That might not be so bad, you know.
I know. And also, we don't know everything about animals. You can't just be like, that's the science. Because they could be having galaxy brain ideas in those little snail shells.
Yeah, I think they're probably amongst some of the smartest. What do you call them? What do you call a snail? What race does that belong to?
Mollusks.
Mollusks. Yeah, they're probably
Yeah.
one of the most intelligent mollusks, I think.
Take that, science. Right, one more. Here we go.
We had a fish that jumped out of his tank, and we didn't know until the cat came carrying the fish in its mouth. Everyone was okay, the fish was okay, we put him back in the tank and he lived for quite a while after, but it was very traumatic.
That was such a big plot
God.
twist. I thought we were going to go down a line of depressing animal stories for everyone, but that's our ray of hope at the end of the
Immortal
story.
fish. It survived a cat attack. That's kind of impressive.
I can't believe it survived that. That fish deserves a medal. If fish could get medals, I would give that fish a medal. So I have another story, which is about my hamster, which was called Norris. And I brought it around to my friend's house when I got it. It was a very patient hamster. It would just sit in my pocket and chill out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good friend. And I was like, I'm going to show my friend. So I took it around to my friend's house who lived up the road. And it gets quite dramatic now. We were like, let's put Norris on the kitchen floor. We'll just sit around and let him run about because it was a completely enclosed space. We were like, he could have a little explore, sniff around. He liked a good sniff. We didn't realize, the outside edge of a kitchen, like the skirting board around the bottom?
Yeah.
We didn't realize that had a hollow top, which then led into the back of the house and inside all the walls. Norris ran immediately to the skirting board and climbed behind the walls of my friend's house. So my new hamster is now scuttling through the walls. We can hear him through the wall. We can hear him through the other wall. You can hear him in the bathroom. He's just like scuttling all over the place. And what the hell do you do then? The dad of my friend was like, what the F have you done? What are we going to do now? Obviously, because they don't want to destroy their whole house for a hamster. So he was like, well, I guess it just lives in our walls now. And I was like, no. Started crying. My poor baby. So they ended up having to demolish part of the wall in the kitchen to release Norris. And we did that by luring him out with some hamster treats. So that's a happy ending as well. He was fine.
Yeah, he went on a big adventure. That's Norris's big adventure.
It is. That could be a Pixar movie or something.
Oh, I'd watch that. Or maybe a Pixar short. I feel like, I don't know about an entire movie.
maybe not an entire movie. Yeah. What about, do you have any other experiences with animals, Peach?
To be fair, I would say 90% of my unfortunate animal experiences have occurred in the past 3 months since having Fuji.
Really?
I have been relatively unfortunate animal experience free for the past 30 years. Yeah, it's only in the past few months that Fuji has just been a little wrecking ball of madness. Her most recent obsession is trying to get into the Christmas tree. And by saying trying, she has got into the Christmas tree. And she almost brought it down the other night. We were watching Star Wars. And we just saw in the corner of our eye, just like the tree rattling. We're like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden it started to tip. And then we jumped out off the sofa to catch it. And Fuji just bolted out of there and she was away. Honestly, Phil, this cat is gonna be the death of me.
I mean, you can't blame the cat though. Christmas trees look like the funniest thing ever. Imagine being a cat. It's like
absolutely.
Sparkly things, jingly things. You need to glue the tree to the floor.
We've slowly been removing her face. Like, so for example, the tinsel's now gone because that was her first obsession. So we've removed the tinsel from the tree. So now it's just a tree with some lights in it. And we have a few baubles, but honestly, she keeps knocking them off. She keeps knocking them off.
At the end of Christmas, you're just going to have a tree with nothing on it. It's just going to be a tree in your house, which is then weird. That would be.
I'm glad that she likes it though. Because when she goes outside, which will be quite soon, she's got so many trees to go climbing and exploring, and she won't wreck any of our lovely Christmas trees.
Good. Well, for the next little chat, I thought we could play a game called Bucket of Doom. Can I get a dramatic noise?
Very dramatic.
So, thank you. Bucket of Doom. Bucket in Doom requires us telling a scenario that we need to get out of, but we get out of the scenario by using items submitted by the audience. So you could submit something like a flamingo, sellotape, anything you want. Just like a one-word item that we can use to get out of a terrible scenario. So I'm going to change to submit words.
Nice.
For Bucket of Doom. PJ, do you have a scenario for us?
I do. Is this a scenario that we will both be trying to get out of?
Yes, we're both going to try and get out of it using the same two objects, which are going to get submitted.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a scenario. I'm quite proud of this one. So do you want it now?
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay, so here's the scenario. You're buried alive. However, luckily, you were buried with your favorite two items. What are they?
This sounds dramatic. Okay, our first item.
Sillet Bang.
Sillet Bang, which is a cleaning product for anyone listening anywhere else. It's like an antiseptic spray. Okay.
Yes.
And the other item?
Eyeliner.
Eyeliner. We're doomed. I think we're absolutely doomed, Phil.
Do you think it'd be fun if we each had different... I think we should each have different words. I'll get the Sillet Bang and the eyeliner. Then submit some more, and we'll get some words for PJ. Shall I go first?
Sure, yes. How are you going to get out of this 6 foot deep grave using Sillet Bang and some eyeliner, Phil?
Okay, so I'm in the grave. I've been buried alive by the birds, which have now cursed us. Thanks, PJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? This grave, it's super gross. I'm going to clean it with some Sillet Bang. So I start spraying the grave from the inside, give it a polish, and my vigorous polishing starts to rub away at the wood. So I'm rubbing the wood, I'm polishing it hard. It's breaking open the coffin, but it's not there yet. I think, you know what would fully break open this coffin? Some air guitar. And you can't do air guitar without looking like a rock star. So I whack on the eyeliner, I start strumming away on my air guitar, and I just break out the coffin.
That sounds very successful. Congratulations on escaping, Phil. That sounds amazing.
Thank you. Right, PJ, you're in the coffin, and you're given...
a Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree! And
very
I'm going to choose a guitar.
A Christmas tree and a guitar. What are you going to do, Pej?
How am I going to get out of this deep, deep grave with just a Christmas tree and a guitar? Well, let's have a think about this, shall we? Now, I don't want to just steal your guitar idea and just like rock out to
I mean,
earth away.
I feel like you've been cheated with the guitar one because it's so similar, but you can still get there.
Yeah, I mean, that seemed to work pretty well for you. So I'll probably rock out with the guitar to try and blast away some of the earth, kind of Scott Pilgrim style. I'm thinking maybe the airwaves will blast them away. But it will be Christmas songs. I will embrace the fact that I have been buried with a Christmas tree. Who buried me with a Christmas tree? Dear God.
That was very dark.
I'll play some like some rocking Christmas tunes, and I'll blast my way out of there. I feel I've slightly cheated there, but I do feel
that's
like
fine.
That was a tricky one. Maybe that was too tricky.
That was tricky. I'll tell the next one. Send some more words in, and PJ, you can do the next one. Right, you're in a canoe. I know you like canoeing, so I've chosen one that you're in a canoe. You're in a canoe. You're going through the Arctic when a killer whale starts nibbling the edge of your canoe.
Okay.
What are you going to use? You need to get out of this with...
some glow sticks.
Some glow sticks.
Glow sticks, yep.
And then, okay, let's await another submission, and then we'll see what... Glow sticks is good. You can think about that. How are you going to use that to get out of it? And we also have...
a drum set that flies when you play it.
A drum set that flies when you play it.
I've been given the golden ticket here. I mean, I think that I'm going to have to... Again, I like the musical themed...
There's a musical theme here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, first of all, I'm going to take the glow sticks. I'm going to strap them around my arms and my legs so I, look very cool and luminescent. I don't know if it's becoming night. I don't know if it's getting dark, but I'm going to need to be seen by the sailors, just the miscellaneous sailors. The sailors. And then
the generic
I'm going to
sailors.
start the generic sailors at sea. And then I'm going to start. I'm going to do some drums. I'm going to probably play some trivium or something. Just something like Through the Fire and Flames, something with a really fast drum beat. And I'm gonna fly my way away from this killer whale.
I think the fact that the drum set flies really helped you out there.
Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to survive without it. I don't think. I think I would have just been like paddling away on the drum set, like on the snare drum, just paddling my way away from.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Let's see what my items are.
A bottle of hand sanitizer.
Ooh. A bottle of hand sanitizer.
Did you hear that little laugh at the end as well?
Yeah.
They know that they've
Thanks
screwed
for that
you,
one.
Nipple tassels.
Was that nipple
tassels? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say that you've been given some much trickier items than me, but let's see what you got.
Right. Well, I think the only thing that I can do is cover myself in the jelly-like hand sanitizer, whip off my shirt, get the nipple tassels on, and just do a sexy dance for that whale. And it's going to be so disturbed, it will swim away.
Yeah. Best case scenario, it swims away from being disturbed. Worst case scenario, you get swallowed Pinocchio style. But I think it could work.
Way.
I think it could work.
Let's do another one, Peach. Give us another scenario.
Okay. I don't. Will this work? Okay, so my other scenario that I've got was you are sorry, let me start that again. You are an assassin. Sorry, the word assassin can be quite difficult to say. An assassin.
Assassin. There's so many S's in there.
An assassin. A Satsuma assassin. And you have been targeted with killing a very important person. FBI type person.
The Bird King.
Without getting caught. You have been you've got to kill the Bird King without getting caught. How you gonna do?
Okay. Right, let's hear. Shall I go first? Here we go.
Yes.
A fish.
A fish from Polished Avocado, thank you. And
a squirrel with a very high IQ.
Okay, right. So I get into the room with the Bird King, and everyone knows that squirrels and fishes can work together if they need to. Mm-hmm. However, the squirrel has such a high IQ, it eats the fish for sustenance, and then I say, I'll give you more fish if you go rip the neck out of that guy. So I feed it the fish, release the squirrel, and it just goes on a full killing spree. And I've been attacked by a squirrel before. I know they're vicious little mites. And I kill him.
Successfully. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. Let's get your items. Right, PJ, you're going to have 2 items to assassinate the Bird King. Hopefully it won't be a guitar or drums. Let's see what we get. Our first one is
a single piece of burnt popcorn.
One piece of burnt popcorn. Just one piece of burnt popcorn can stink out your whole kitchen, by the way, can't it? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah. It's horrible. I hate it.
Why is it the stinkiest thing in the world? Start plotting what you'll do, because your next item is
a fingernail.
PJ, you're getting the hardest ones. You've got a fingernail and a piece of burnt popcorn. Right, the Bird King's like, hello.
Okay, I think I've got
kill
it.
Me?
Here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna combine the fingernail with the piece of popcorn. And now it is common knowledge, everybody knows Bird Kings love to eat burnt popcorn. So I'm going to waltz up to him. Yeah, I'm going to waltz up to him in my bird disguise, covered in feathers. I don't know if that's allowed. But I've got an assassin bird disguise. And I say, excuse me, Bird King, would you care to partake in a piece of popcorn? And he'll say, okay, I would love a piece of popcorn. Thank you very much. And then upon chomping it and swallowing it, the nail is going to get stuck in his throat and he's going to choke and die.
You sabotaged him with the fingernail.
And I'm not going to save him. I'm not going to resuscitate him, Phil. I'm going to let him die.
Wow. Well, I think the ingenuity of putting the fingernail in the popcorn. I'm going to say you won that one. I'm going to say you won it. You got harder objects. So PJ wins the
Thank
game.
you. Yay!
Ooh, I'm sure you guys would agree. There's lots of applause coming in to stereo, so I figured that means that you were correct. You did win the game.
Excellent. Thank you.
That was fun. I'm also incredibly disturbed right now, but that's all.
Yeah, those were some very horrible scenarios.
They were. So the other day I got one of those memories that's like, remember this 7 years ago or whatever? And the memory was with you, PJ. And it was when you completely covered my face in newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. I just about remember that. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I was in PJ's YouTube video. Was it the Forever Train?
Yes, we made a little short film called The Forever Train quite some years ago. You said 7 years ago?
I don't know how many years. It was an amount of years.
That sounds about right. 6 or 7 years ago, yeah. And you played a character called Mr. Newspaper.
I did.
Which required us to cover your face in newspaper. And we did some special sort of camera trickery to hide your body and make it just look like your face was in a newspaper. And I thought it turned out really well.
I was living the dream as the newspaper, but what we didn't realize is paper mache, when it's attached to skin, it shrinks and dries very hard. So we were like, yeah, this is fine. This is okay. And then the paper mache started to like enclose my face slightly. So I felt like I was actually becoming a human newspaper, which I think helped with my acting.
Yeah, I mean, the acting was flawless. I believed for a second you were a newspaper. So it did the trick, I think.
It totally did the trick. And I think if a casting director watched that scene, they would instantly cast me in Tenet 2.
As newspaper number 8.
Yeah.
On a
something about you, Peach. Something about you, Peach, is that I feel like you're really good at acting.
Really?
From when I've seen you in things, you're really good. But I do not have that skill myself. Like when I try and act, I just get the words of the script in my head, and I just sound like a bit of a robot that forgets how to enunciate sentences. I'm like, what? No, over there.
I don't know, Phil. I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I've seen you acting. I've seen your short film where was it you playing a killer with a tinfoil mask at uni?
Yeah, that was a great one.
And you had the Muse soundtrack playing. Wait, were you the killer or were you killed?
I was killed. I had my heart ripped out at the end. It was very violent. Yeah, it was super violent. Yeah, so I'll take some acting inspiration from you. Do you just get into the character in your head? Do you like pretend you're the character? How does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the character. I think my favorite character to play is this clown called Wiggles the Clown. And I think it helps to get in costume, get everything dressed up, and then just become the character for a bit. I wouldn't say I've ever done anything that's like so like big that it requires like method acting, but I think if I did like a big film, I think I would probably want to do some kind of method acting where you just stay in character for the whole thing, because I think that could really help.
I think that could help. I think when I see Wiggles, I do feel like it's a different person. I think that's a good sign that the acting is working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels like a different person. I always feel like I've become someone else. And I'm not even exaggerating, for the purpose of this conversation. I genuinely feel like I've become someone else.
Ooh, slightly spooky, but also exciting. So we're going to move on to the final section of the show, which is fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
Here when I do that. I fill in the blanks. Fill in the blank. The Phil is Phil, by the way, PJ. It's Phil.
Spelled Phil.
Phil. So if anyone listening wants to submit me and PJ to talk about, it's like improv. We're just gonna chat about it. Say our opinions, what we think, what's going on. I'm gonna start us off with our first word, which is ocean. What do you think about the ocean? Are you scared of the ocean, PJ? Do you like it? What do you think's down there?
I've got definitely mixed opinions. I love the ocean when I'm looking at it from the safety of the shore. That's why I live down here in Brighton, because I love being close to it. But the idea of being out at sea and like no boat, just treading water, and whichever way you look, all you see is more sea. That is a horror. That is a terrifying thought to me. I hate it.
Yeah, that is scary to me. I've actually cried in the sea when I got into difficulties. If I can't touch the floor, I freak out. It freaks me out. And especially when you don't know what's touching your legs as well. Like, what was that slithery thing against my foot? What is it? So yeah, if I'm unable to touch a surface with either my feet or my hands, total freak out in the ocean. I couldn't scuba dive, I don't think, unless someone held my hand.
Either.
Or do you know, like when you parachute, you can go down on someone's back?
Oh yeah. So
could I like piggyback? Could I piggyback on the scuba diver instructor, or is that frowned upon?
As long as you don't like get in the way of the tank or anything, like don't accidentally knock out the piping in the tank or whatever, I think you'll be fine.
PJ, you know me. I'm going to knock out the piping in the tank.
Absolutely, you are.
Okay, our next topic's coming in.
Do you think that people have one butt or two butts?
One butt or two butts? It's basically referring to the butt cheeks. I'd say you've got an entire butt.
A single butt, or because I mean, this is going to be quite a deep. I think there's layers to this question. It's quite a deep question, actually. I think it is one butt, two cheeks, one crevice, one sort of crack, and then the rest is all just you can find it in your nearest biology book.
Yeah, I'd say you could have a philosophical butt as well. Like if something terrible's happening, it's just the essence of like, butts.
Yeah, your life could be a butt. There's several butts. Don't limit it to two. Have many butts.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to pick for that image if I put it on the screen. Next
American TV shows.
American TV shows. Well, what's your fave, Peach?
I think I would have to say my favorite American TV show is probably The Office. What about you?
Yes. I love The Office. The Office is weird because it reminds me of being on tour. So whenever I hear the Office theme, I'm suddenly transported to being in a dressing room or like on a tour bus. So which is a really nice feeling, but it's a weird like association. I can like almost picture myself there, but I loved it so much. It was hilarious. Obviously, slightly boring answer, but my favorite show is Buffy the Vampire Slayer of all time. Anyone listening, Buffy for life. And yeah, during lockdown, I watched the entire of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I don't know if that was just because lockdown was stressing me out and I needed to escape reality so much, but it was an experience.
Was it good?
I'll say that much. It was better than I thought it would be. And I got watching it all because of the meme with the cat eating the salad.
That's where that's from. Okay.
That's from there. And they're having an argument or something, and the cat is not there. It would be better if the cat was there. Anyway, there's lots of good TV out there. Maybe don't watch trash if you don't want to. The next one.
Do you like going out to like fast food or like sit down restaurants more?
The concept of going to a restaurant feels quite alien to me during this pandemic. I haven't been out to a restaurant this year, I don't think. No, I haven't. It started in March, didn't it? So before, but yeah, I think I prefer getting takeout to my house and having it and watching a movie or something with friends. That would be my ideal food scenario. What about you, Peach?
I agree. I as much as I like being outside and stuff, I do prefer the comfort of my own house. And I like like you say, watching a film, maybe having a board games night. I can think that we've had many nights, I remember in the past, Phil, where we would all get together and would have like a big board games night. We'd play some games, would have some like, some Nando's on the side or whatever, we'd go get some food or some pizza or something and play some Carcassonne or some Catan. So,
Peach, you're going to make me cry. I miss you too much.
I know.
Let's reach through the camera. He's here. Okay, let's get another topic.
Which sort of blanket is the best?
Was that blanket?
What sort of blanket? Yeah, what sort of blanket is the best?
The largest possible blanket, so you can fully cocoon yourself through about 10 different layers.
Oh yeah. I'm always on the search for the softest blanket. I feel like I'm in a good place right now. I don't have it on me right now, but I've got the absolute softest blanket in the world. And I thought, Fuji's going to love this. She's going to sleep on this all the time. And she just doesn't. She takes like the more coarse blanket that I don't like. And I'm so surprised by that. I thought she would have wanted to sit in the fluffiest thing in the world, but no.
Oh, that must be a thing. I mean, maybe because Fuji is so fluffy, it's like when something so fluffy doesn't need any more fluff.
You're right. That might be it.
That could be it. We've got another topic. Oh my
What
God.
do you think you'd be better at if your hands were mirrored so that your thumbs were on the outside?
You're freaking me out. I don't know what that... If my hands were mirrored and my thumbs were on the outside, is my thumb like sticking out the back of my hand in this scenario?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out as well.
I'm trying to. I think everybody listening right now is currently doing weird things with their hands. Probably about 7 people drop their phones on their faces.
I think I know what they mean. I think imagine your pinky is your thumb. If you can. I think that's what they're saying. I think is it if they're mirrored, and so like the thumbs are actually on the inside.
So it'd be like that. What would I be better at? Maybe I'd be better at playing the piano, which I'm currently bad at.
Yeah, it would ruin a lot of things for me. I don't think I'd be able to play guitar anymore. Honestly, maybe I'd be better at using the chopsticks or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Let's just not move to that universe.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay, let's stay out of that universe. I think that'll be fine. I just noticed on my computer I've got another... We're not going to do another bucket of doom. I just thought I'd tell you the scenario that was also written down.
Oh, yes,
you go
please.
You go on a solo Arctic trek. You go for a pee, which immediately freezes, locking you to the ice. I got that from the actual bucket of doom card. What would you... I feel like that would just be like the end of you then.
Yeah. I mean, how would that even occur? I would hate that.
Could that happen? Like a pee stream would come out of you and then just like hit the ice and then freeze you to the ice?
You'd have to be in very below 0 temperatures for that.
But it might. I've seen those videos of people in like Russia who get like a hot water, throw it into the air, and it turns into snow. So your pee stream could freeze you to the ground. I want to know.
I think we need to test this. I think we need to
this.
We need to go on an excursion to... I don't even think that's the right word. We need to go on a trip to the Arctic and test this.
Yeah, should we do an 8-part Netflix series called... I don't think we should call it Pea Stream.
No. I can see that with beautiful drone shots and everything of the Arctic. And then, think it's like 127 hours, but narrated by David Attenborough.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something there.
Episode 7, Phil's had 8 lemonades and we're ready for the experiment. Sorry, everyone. Okay. All right. Let's do one more topic.
Okay.
Would you ever consider getting a tattoo?
Ooh, would you ever consider getting a tattoo?
Well, first of all, do you have any tattoos, Phil?
I've got 7 on my butt cheek.
Okay, apart from the butt cheek, do you have any other tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos. I don't know. I'm quite... What's the word? I've lost the word. You know when you have an opinion on something that's quite strong and you love it, and then you change your mind on it. Like you love a t-shirt, then you hate the t-shirt. What's that word? My mind's not working.
Indecisive?
Indecisive, I would say, is a good way of saying it. So I'm scared I'll get the tattoo and I'll love it for, I don't know, 2 years. And then suddenly I'll change my mind and then have to, chop my hand off. What about you, Pete?
Yeah, that's the only way to get rid of a tattoo that you don't want. You have to chop that body part off. So I don't have any tattoos. I don't have any tattoos or piercings, but I've always sort of flirted with the idea, but I've never gone for it. I think if I was going to do it, I would want something small and something in a place that I can cover up, and something that means a lot to me, like something that I love. So maybe I think I've always been very interested in, like, the little knight from Hollow Knight, the little guy with the head and the sword. I think like a little tattoo of him, like a little line drawing tattoo of him, I think would be quite nice. So
that would be cool.
Maybe something like that. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, maybe that.
I love Hollow Knight so much. Now, whenever you or anyone mentions it, I just want to go play the whole thing again. If you've never played Hollow Knight, go play it. World.
Oh yes.
You could just get your cat tattooed onto your entire body.
That's also that's also a good option, I think. Just a big Fuji. Yeah, but I would want it to be like a 3D tattoo, so I'd actually have the hairs and everything. You know, how you can get those 3D pens where you can draw 3D.
Yeah. Have you ever shown your cat a cucumber? Because they get scared of cucumbers.
I'm aware of this tale.
I don't know if it's mean. I don't know if I'd want my cat to be like, "Oh my god, a snake," or if they find it.
Yeah,
fun.
they think it's a snake, don't they? I haven't tried it, and I'm gonna hold off for now. I'm trying to get her to trust me. I'm trying to get her on my side, so I'm probably gonna hold off for now. But I'm at some point when we get into the experimental phases of Fuji, then we'll try it.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You don't want to immediately be like, "Here's a snake, new cat." Not at all. And the last thing which I've been asking my guests about is Beard Phil. Did you witness Beard Phil? What did you think about Beard Phil?
I did. I saw the video, and honestly, I think there are definitely some of those beards that work.
You're on Team Beard.
I'm on Team Beard. Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of both similar in that we're always pretty clean shaven, but I think you could rock a beard. I think anyone can rock a beard I think it all depends on what your hair's doing. So my theory on this is, because you've got quite neat hair, and I think so having a beard works, but what doesn't work is like having a scruffy beard and having because I've got quite wily hair. Look at this. It's like I'm like a cave person. I'm like a dog. So I don't know if it would
dog
work
on
on me necessarily. I've got a dog on my head. So
I'd like to see some beard edits of PJ at least. So if anyone listening to the show could tweet KickthePJ with some beard edits, I'll rate some after the show and see what we think.
Yeah.
And then we can make a call on it.
I'd love to see that.
Well, PJ, this has been a wild ride. We've had bird attacks. We've had strange situations. We've peed in the snow together, metaphorically.
We've been buried 6 feet underground.
Yeah. So thanks for coming. I've enjoyed our time together. All the listeners, thank you for listening as well.
Thanks for having me.
They're all sending lots of thumbs up and everything. So if you want to check out PJ, go check out PJ's YouTube channel, his Twitter, his everything. I'm going to put it all below. He's doing loads of stuff on Twitch, which is great. So if you want to go check out his Twitch stream, you can go give that a watch. You can hang out with PJ for hours.
What
are you playing?
Love to see it. Thank you.
Stardew Valley.
I have just jumped back into Stardew Valley, which I'm sure you know is an expansive game. There's a lot to do, and I'm just in the right mood for it. I'm in the right mindset for it now.
Oh yeah, very relaxing. So is your Twitch KickthePJ as well? Is everything KickthePJ?
Yeah, everything is KickthePJ.
Amazing. Well, thanks for coming, Pij.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Bye. I just did a bye for the YouTube video, but we're still